chickens. Where you at?
Huge shout out to all of the Adventurers Guild members here on YouTube and all of the supporters from Patreon for their dedicated support of keeping this channel always on the rise.
Chickens. Where you at?
Huge shout out to all of the Adventurers Guild members here on YouTube and all of the supporters from Patreon for their dedicated support of keeping this channel always on the rise.
chickens. Where you at?
Huge shout out to all of the Adventurers Guild members here on YouTube and all of the supporters from Patreon for their dedicated support of keeping this channel always on the rise. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube and beyond? Welcome, Sunday morning, 6:30 in the morning, 17th of July, 2022. We are back live. I've been up since 4:30. I've almost finished my second cup of coffee. All the chores are done. Cats have had their dewormer. Well, this is round 3 of dewormer, but today was day 2. We got to give them 3 days in a row. So this morning was Chris and I playing Cat Wranglers for first hour and a half. Finally sat down at the desk at 6. I watched my Cringe Pony TV. If you have not already done so, youtube.com/the Nathan Napalm. Go watch episode 6 of Cringe Pony TV and support him. That goes live every Saturday night at 11 p.m. Central, 12 a.m. Central, Eastern. Fuck, I don't know the time zones. 11 a.m. 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern. Yeah, that's what it is. We are going to Kedge Keep this morning, a place that I dread and fear and never go to if I can avoid it. But this is literally our last weekend before we go to Kunark with the Ixar characters on the Yelinak server. And a request was made last night to go here and check it out. Now, so we're going to be doing so. What else can I say about this place? Not a lot. It is what it is. It's underwater. It's scary. I think we're going to have water-breathing stones or something with Nim, the mage, so we don't drown to death. We were going to look for a mob, but the mob's not up, so we just said, to hell with it. We're going to go there anyway and explore a little bit this morning. Since some people have never been there. I think a couple of people have never been there. I haven't been there in years. I avoid the place like the plague because I can't stand it, given the fact that you have to swim a lot. And you have to have EB items. It's dangerous. Don't go alone, kids. I am in Northern Felwith right now, or I was in Northern Felwith checking the bank, getting stuff over to my shared bank to get ready for next weekend. Next weekend, unless something changes, yes, Kedge is like a tomb. I am not a fan of Kedge Keep. It's like Lower Guck for me. I just really don't like going there, so I don't if I can. I've not gone there. Which phone is beeping at me? One of my phones is beeping at me. Oh, that's probably somebody retweeting. I'll go check Twitter real quick. Yes, it was a retweet. Well, it was a tag anyway, because Kel is up. Retweet Kel. Doing all the stream things. Close that window down. Get back over here to this. Open this up. Open that up. Oh, I need to move this over to my other monitor. There we go. Hopefully some of you might have watched the recent performances by Rage Against the Machine because they'd be pretty fly. Anyway, welcome everybody. As I was saying, next weekend, I think, unless something comes up, I believe next Saturday is gonna be a 12-hour session to celebrate the launch of Kunark and our Ixar streams. I have a mustache hair that's bothering me. I may have to go to the bathroom and take care of that. Something's poking me in the nose. Curse of having a mustache and beard. Um, I'm starting my Ixar Shaman next weekend. I have never played a Shaman, and I have not played an Ixar since. Poof, I had a monk alt around the time that Lost Dungeons of Norath came out many, 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 many years ago. I've also not played Kunark on any of the TLPs. I have played Kunark on P99 a few times, but I have not done any Kunark on a TLP, and they've released TLPs for 6, 7 years now. I usually play for a couple of months, and then usually most people, and you'll see it too. Like the majority of our guild are already off doing other things after 2 months. Like people get burnout. They come in for 2 months, the nostalgia wears off, and they're off to other things. Um, so we are, as far as EverQuest goes, firmly into like our third set of alts with the people who are actually sticking around and playing. Um, and those are the Ixars, which we're starting this weekend coming up. So can't wait. It's going to be fun. I have a full set of withered leather already ready to go. We got a few pieces in the hole last weekend, and then I just bought the rest. I hadn't spent a single penny of money on anything other than spell research since the TLP server launched between two alts. So I went ahead and spent all the money I had, bought the rest of my withered leather set. Maduros is going to loan me his Charred Guardian shield from his druid, sorry. I will only be lacking a weapon on the shaman, which is fine. Otherwise, he's going to be good to go. My nose is packed and sniffly this morning. Sinuses, everybody. All right. What else can I say? Tonight, 8 p.m. Central, twitch.tv/WeavenBoy, episode 6 of our Escape from Parthona campaign, if you want to tune in for that. If you like what you see today, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. And don't forget, as always, if you're sitting here watching this content over and over and over, and you find yourself enjoying said content, you can always support the channel with a super chat or a super sticker. If you're not familiar with those here on YouTube, it's like bits over on Twitch. You just go down there where the chat button is, and there's a button for super chats. You can push that button, and you can say, I don't know, $5, $2, $1.99, $10, $50, $150, whatever you want to put in there to support the channel. This is my second month of full-time content creation. We have a $750 goal for the month. I think we're up around 415. No, 405, 410, 415. We're over $400. We're somewhere a little over 400. So thanks to those of you who have been supporting. You can also join as a member. $2.99 a month for the Adventurers Guild. That link's down there. You can also gift memberships. We just did a member video yesterday documenting some of the Lord of the Rings Online chicken coop build process. Materials are really high right now. Chris is going to do some shopping this week coming up and try to line out a supplier so that we can get our wood ordered ASAP. Because the local hardware store, I was talking to my brother confirming prices up in the US right now, and the costs for lumber here that they quoted me are, well, they're quite a bit high. So I'd like to find somebody else who's cheaper. Well, there's a Rolf and there's a Nim. Which means it's time for me to get over into the Discord chat. Good morning.
Morning.
I know you're happy to see me. Wait, are you? I don't know. Do you guys have an invite, or do I need to be invited?
Says follow.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm assuming Kelbeck is online.
He's online. I can see him on his stream running. Looks like he's over in Butcher Block still.
I'm here.
What a noob.
I know, what a dude, that
Still
guy.
in Butcher Block. Well, let's get your Twitch up, Kel. My nose is running, so I apologize if I'm sniffling this morning, guys.
Yeah.
Out with cats and everything this morning for an hour and a half, and something triggered.
Ben was triggered.
Yeah, I've been triggered. Ah!
Uh,
Nim's gonna relog. What the hell? Leaving us all alone. I'm gonna run down to the bottom here.
all right.
I'm gonna stand forlornly at the edge of the lake and look out.
Yeah.
Remind myself of the days when I didn't drown to death.
What's the fun in that?
Excuse me.
Well, drowning shouldn't be a problem today.
Nim said something about water breathing orbs.
Yeah. If he
How do
gets his
those?
water breathing orbs, and then I have 30 fish scales, cover any other things.
How do the mage ones work? I don't know that I've ever used those.
They're just clicky items.
They have a time limit?
I think like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you. Oh, those are not draggable? Oh, there they go. Excuse me. I know nothing about Kedge Keep. I don't think I've been in here since live years and years and years ago. The place traumatized me so much I never went back. Kedge Keep. Let's look up the loot table.
There's some stuff in there. I mean, I don't know what it drops off of. That's the problem. There's a hammer. There's a hammer in there for your shaman somewhere, or anybody's shaman.
There's also a harpoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Magic item, lore item, 5 wisdom, 5 mana, 5 strength, 5 disease. That's very nice.
Which one is that?
Fierce Impaler. It's called a Darksea harpoon.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah.
also a Gloomwater harpoon, which is less cool for a shaman. It says spawns in the
Yeah.
first room of Kedge Keep. Spot number 1 on the map. Placeholder is an Impaler swordfish or a Piercer swordfish. We're looking for something called a Fierce Impaler.
Uh-huh.
So Darksea harpoon could work.
That would be awesome. It's another one of those things that's pretty rare though.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, for sure. Hammer. I'm looking for the hammer you mentioned. Sharkbone hammer?
Yep.
That drops off of Cauldron Bubble. It just has, literally, its description is a big fish with sharp teeth.
Yeah.
That's funny. Ooh, a seahorse scale cloak. That's kind of cool. Wand of ice. Ooh, shield of Prexis, which actually has a worn enduring effect breath item on it.
Yeah.
A seahorse matriarch. Oh shit, some of this stuff is actually level 47 to 51. My goodness.
Uh-huh.
No. I need to probably do a round of clarity.
We expecting our fearless druid?
I don't know. Don't know. How do we med in there? Because we can't sit, can we? So how do you med underwater?
It's it
You-
well. So,
Okay,
yeah.
didn't know that.
Haven't you mastered the art of sitting in the water? Come on now.
I'm a white boy from Missouri who can barely swim. No, I have not, sir. Oh, wait. I'm an elf from Fel. In which case, I still haven't mastered the art of swimming.
I'll tell you what, being so close to the ocean in the state where they filmed Jaws, I've never been much of an ocean guy.
No, yeah, I don't blame you. Alright, where's the entrance to Kedge? All the way on the other side. I'm gonna start swimming because I need... Oh, never mind.
You're floated.
Yes, I can see that now.
You can floated us all.
I believe I can fly when I'm sitting in jail for the next 30 years. By that was a joke reference to what's his name?
Uh-huh.
All right, I probably need to click this water thing before I dive down, I'm assuming. You feel no need to breathe.
That's handy.
I'm going in first person. This is
What's going on?
what's
Davaris, you ready to get your swim in the 200?
Ready to get my what?
You're swimming the 200?
It's already over 200. It's well over 200.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a barbarian.
Yeah. Have to swim out of Hollis every time.
I hate levitate so much.
there's actually quite a few people in here. All right,
Why
let me
am I
go
still
pull up
flying?
the loot table again, because that thing, it says in the first room, a fierce impaler, swordfish, or a piercer fish. Now I want to look on the map and see what they mean by first room. Oh, like literally straight ahead. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So whatever we want in here, I guess it's open to us. But that first room, I guess, dead ahead of us, is where the fierce impaler is. Oh, that might be up on the second floor. I don't know how this place operates. We've got
It
we
operates very much like that water level in Mario.
yeah, because it looks like
Up
we
and
got
down.
up. We go down. I haven't been in here in so long. I'm gonna really have to pay attention to that water timer, because I guarantee you I won't pay attention till that I'm drowning until I start hearing.
Yep.
And then the Murlocs swim in, we're screwed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
Well, I'm curious. So over here,
Is there swordfish?
we cannot go up. Yeah, we cannot go up. And then over here, you cannot go up. And over here, you cannot go up. So the only thing you can do is go down. Ooh, that one's actually green. Yeah. Piercer Swordfish is the placeholder. Or a placeholder for the dude who can spawn the thingy. So I guess you swim down? Ooh, that shit's light blue and dark blue.
Is you joining us this morning?
Who? Oh, that's right. Davaris is here. Which character are you bringing, Davaris?
I've got my actual rogue. I'm a long way away. I'm going to have to get ports.
Oh, okay.
It's going to take me a little bit to get situated if I'm going to make it there. Then hopefully I'd have to have some breathing apparatus.
We have breathing handled down here.
Good, because I don't really want to buy a rebreather or potions right now.
Nim is our Nomus Swiss knife.
Right.
Especially when he tickles you just the right way. I mean, wait, summon when he summons you those things that we
Yeah, that's right. I was about to call HR on you.
YouTube HR.
I'm so disappointed. I got excited for like 5 seconds there. Now I'm down. It was gonna tickle me.
There's no tickle me potions.
Is Finny up?
There's a whole bunch of 50s in here, so outside of us, I would assume they're doing something.
Oh,
There's something way down there.
There was a couple of piranhas down there earlier.
Yep, stiletto tooth piranha. Stiletto fang piranha.
Yeah, so I guess this first room literally is where that Fierce Impaler can spawn. We killed the placeholder a minute ago, so Finnegal is up. I think they're after him.
You have a target macro going for the mob that pops for you in a Nim, so that we can know if it pops.
yeah. Chances are high. They're looking for Finny. But being in there though, I can get loot rights to it. I gotta get it.
Okay. Well, if it has a 6-hour timer,
Yeah.
that is a chance we'll have to take.
And Soul B for Painbringer. And that is it.
Something tells me that the P99 map of this is going to be more helpful than Brule's.
I haven't even
Oh,
looked
what
at
a
the I haven't even looked at the P99 map. That's a good call. Kedge Keep.
Immediately makes more sense.
2D view. First floor. A hole. The shaft that goes down to the second floor and keeps going down into the piranha pit. Okay, so literally this first room, the only thing that spawns here is that fearsome player who drops the harpoon. Then oh my god. This place is a maze once you get down. Is that the third floor where it turns into all the windy tunnels and everything?
That's the
The actual keep?
I think that's the 3rd floor, yeah.
Shaft up to 14.
Well, I got what I needed out of here already.
Congrats.
Trying to see where that hammer drops. It drops off of the cauldron bubble.
Yeah, he's over in 13. No, that's Cauldron Boil. Where did I see Cauldron Bubble?
Okay, so we want to go to the 2nd floor and then take shaft D The D
Take the
shaft.
D, baby. Take that D shaft.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Not gonna be able to go anywhere for all the giggling.
You're gonna take it. You're gonna take that D.
Not the way you take that D, boy.
Okay, but they say dirty socks, everything's off the table.
You're gonna take it. You're gonna take it.
Not gonna like it, I guarantee.
Hmm.
Dead fish.
I say we camp this room for a little bit, see if we can get that fish to spawn until Devaris gets here. How's
Yep.
everyone like that?
I'm
That
fine
seems
with that
fine.
because that's an alternate harpoon.
Okay, I've got a port, so it'll be. Oh, come on, just go in. Why can't you enter in a zone the way you're facing and just keep on running?
That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
Oh my
In a
gosh.
perfect world, EverQuest wouldn't fuck with your POE.
The feature, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a new experience every time you zone.
It is.
What's up, Brian? Ever crack for the win? Yeah.
I may have to sell a chrono if they're going for about 43 or 4400.
So I saw that on some MMO site that Daybreak bought and copyrighted something called Myths and Monoliths.
Hmm.
And I think it's just funny that it has the initials M&M because there's a new MMO being worked on, I guess, called Monsters.
Monsters and Mayhem or something.
I wonder if they did it so they could copyright M&M.
Oh man, maybe it's Monsters and Memories, I think.
Yeah, Monsters and Memories. Yep.
It would be funny if they did that on purpose, but also I don't consider Monsters and Memories to be anything realistic at this point. It's a bunch of ex EverQuest and EverQuest 2 developers and it's a handful of developers who have worked on other projects, but mostly I believe most of them are just full-time streamers. They're like streamers who also have some programming knowledge and they've worked a little bit on some projects here and there and they decided that they wanted to build an EverQuest clone. I've looked into it because Nathan did a video on it. Bounty Code has talked a lot about it. I haven't seen anything that inspires me. It looks like an interesting idea. It's so early in the process that they're 6, 7, 8 years from any sort of realistic, you know, anything. They just started it like last year and not seeking funding, not doing it's just people who stream and are building a game in their hobby
Well,
time.
that's actually kind of refreshing that they're not seeking funding.
At the moment, we have no idea if that'll change. But yeah, it is refreshing. But it's also one of those things where it's cool, it exists. I'll keep an eye on it. If it ever launches, thumbs up. But yeah, rather than going to Kickstarter and being like, give us money for an idea.
I want my money because
And
my actual real initials are MM.
there you go. Said I'm trademark bitches.
I wonder how much thorny vine armor just rots in the plane of hate.
If I had a ranger, I'd go get it, but
Right. I'm sure lots of people say that. If I had a ranger, I'd get it.
I did have a
They'll
brief
want it to be useful this playthrough.
I had a very brief moment of self-doubt last Friday night and was like, maybe I should just re-roll a shaman for the P99 group. And then I was like, shut up. What are you talking about? No.
What?
Why would you want to be useful to your group? That's weird.
That's a hot thought process,
Yeah.
right?
I I have time to do it as well. It's just the Ranger is cool and everything. I love the Ranger, but the Ranger really doesn't get cool until Lukeland, and they're not going to have Lukeland on P99. You're stuck being an endless secondary tank, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Because there's no AA.
Settle for tank.
Yeah, and you get really good don't get me wrong, they are a really good DPS class, especially when you get into Velius, when you get all the self procs and everything. But the pace of that group only playing once a week means that Velius is at least a year and a half away. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at it going, how quickly could I get a shaman leveled up to 20 and replace? I don't know. The thought process has entered my mind. Well, no, I'll know more after I start playing the shaman on live here next weekend.
Yeah.
Sure, one of our druid groupies could help you get leveled up pretty quick.
I'm bet I could get Wolfgar or somebody to get with me. Crap, my mob is up. All right, where's
Oh,
it at,
let's
Nim?
go.
Yep. We're following
Lead
him.
us, Nim.
Oh crap, I'm almost there.
He says, let's invis to it.
Okay.
All right, you guys go
Shit.
ahead and kill it. I'll catch it in rebound.
Yeah, I didn't get an invis up. Hold up, let me get my own invis. I'm gonna invis myself.
You already invis.
Shit. All right. Well, I just cast on myself. Sorry. Sorry to waste your mana. We got an ad
Force
on
the
us.
swordfish pops.
Yeah, something's attacking something.
All right, I gotta go in
Let's
first person.
see.
This is ridiculous.
You still have to use agent of change to get in there.
Nope, you can swim down to the bottom.
Oh, on the other side of the mountain or the island.
Let's see if that works. Not too bad. There's another one.
Oh yeah, the whole room's repopping. So. All right, invising up and swimming out.
I would not come down yet, Tavares, until we can come back to the entrance and give you some water breathing items. Unless you have a water breathing item.
I do not. I was gonna plan on staying up here. You guys need to go kill that. I think it stresses my breathing just to get in it. If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Pretty far down.
All right.
We going down?
Apparently.
Yay.
All right, I lost Nim. Did he fly? Okay, there's Nim.
I don't know. Where's... I don't see anybody.
Okay.
Did we turn off something?
Hrolf is not invisible,
You're right. You're right there, Rolf. I see you.
Oh, okay.
but Hrolf is not invisible. So,
Oh.
and he's
How
getting
about here?
mobbed by all the mobs. So,
Okay,
Yay!
come over here, guys. Rolf.
Coming.
okay, I'm gonna have to do some mezzing here. Close your eyes. That one's dotted. Never mind.
Which one are you fighting? The blue one?
He says the other group already got the mob he was after.
Oh
Oh,
crap.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'd say unless we're literally down there camping on top of the mob that he was talking about, that's a really hard thing to do. Because is it a minimum of a 6 hour? Oh, and someone's now want to sell. Like, I'm assuming that's what he
Seriously?
wants. It's now at least 6 hours until he
Yeah,
sells.
that's obviously permanently camped.
Yeah,
Mm.
That's a box name if I've ever seen one.
yeah, XIXX. Yeah. All right. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna swim back up because I want to see if there are other mobs up.
Is that something you need for your epic? Is that what that is?
never mind.
Piranha. Piranha. Go get it.
Three chrono? Jesus motherfucker.
Almost took it.
Yeah,
Never mind.
that's ridiculous. Can you do it, sorry to ask this question. Can you do this zone with an agent of change?
I believe so.
Yes.
Would this be something we would want to do? Although there's no guarantee that his mob would be spawned?
Yeah, there's no guarantee that it's up, and I would say that would be good with a full group.
That would be what now?
Good with a full group.
Okay. So we don't have a full group, so not something we would want to do this morning.
I couldn't do it probably with you unless we're going to kill Finny. I have to have every opportunity to kill Finny I possibly can, so being locked out of a DZ would suck.
So page up doesn't work unless you're actually moving forward. Interesting.
Where'd you guys go?
Just straight up the
Swam all
shaft.
the way back up the top.
Just go up the shaft, baby.
That's what you say.
3 chrono. Oh man, that's a sad laugh is what that is. I can't
He'll
fathom.
he'll farm that for days in a row and just let them rot because no one's going to pay that price.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And the people who do pay that price are part of the problem.
What's up, Crinkled? What are you talking about, Brian? Making a cleric where to play with us?
Maybe that's it. Oh, I found it.
Zargorn, good morning from Bavaria. I am having a fantastic weekend. Thank you for that
I got a
content. Do I
question.
consider playing Ultima Online? No, because I don't like PvP, so it's not a
Oh,
game
sweet.
for me. I do know that Maduro said his wife came home grumpy yesterday, so
Oh, that's right.
I'd bet he's on soothe the spouse duties today.
Yeah.
Lullinger.
Yes.
All right.
I'll give Tavares one of my breathing lung things. I'll be right back.
Wives are the worst.
Yeah, I'll meet you at the door down there.
What? So when you sit, it shows a brief sitting animation, then you go back to treading water.
You're still sitting though.
Yeah, I'm looking at the icon. It says sit.
Mm-hmm.
EverQuest 2, Brian? DPS.
Okay, am I dumb? I can't find the zone out.
Something DPS, Brian. Because I am a warden, which means I'm a healer, and Nathan is a paladin. So if you're talking EverQuest 2 on the Barsoon server, Brian, some type of DPS, yeah, it really doesn't matter. Just a DPS type would be great, because I've already got heals covered.
Man, this is frustrating. There you go.
Zoning in.
Oh, I was coming out.
Shit, I'm coming out.
No,
No,
Say it.
go back in. Go back in. Go back in. I'm the one who's confused.
Yeah, I'm right here with you guys. So
I was just coming out to cast water breathing on you. Oh well.
thank you, sir.
Name if
You
Devaris and I could have two more of those water breathing things, I'd greatly appreciate it.
everybody take a fin so you can make totemic breastplates that nobody wants.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'm glad to blow bubbles with all of you again. Yesterday was a hot day of LARPing, so hard to wake up today.
Es mucho. Gracias. Ok, gracias. Si hay más café, sí. Ok, me voy a intentar. Gracias. Si hay más, gracias. Ok. Oh no, saca los bebecitos. Frodo's in the room. Mommy brought me food, so all the kittens are like, "Ooh, Daddy's getting food. We want food." All right, let me redo my enduring breath. I got 1 minute left. All right. All right, I got a plate of food, so I'm gonna be muted here.
Joke.
I mean, really, we're just sitting here waiting for respawn anyway. So it says it's interesting because Alakazam's is different than P99. Because P99 it says that the pH is not the Piercer Swordfish or the Impaler Swordfish, but the Lancer Swordfish. But it doesn't really matter. Just kill everything that spawns in this room is what I'm understanding.
Yep.
All right, redoing my EB and eating.
Got quiet in her.
Renfell's eating.
Yep. Just giving him shit. What is my swimming? Is it 212?
When's the server go down? Is that Monday or sorry, Wednesday or Thursday?
The 20th.
This is 20th, which is Wednesday, right?
Yep. So
Yeah.
And I think it's a little inconsistent on what we're hearing for times it's going to come back up.
Yep.
that's why I'm trying to plan whether we should do a leveling group on Wednesday night or if we should just plan it on Thursday night.
Whenever.
Full-fledged rogue leveling probably for the next 8 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just throw it in Discord when you want to go level. I'll be out walking the dog or something till the servers come up.
Also, after this upcoming weekend, I should be available on Monday nights if you guys are free to be leveling the Ixars. So leveling Ixar Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and then Monday nights if you guys are all still available.
That's what I figured on, yeah.
Sounds good. We should be level 60 by Tuesday, right?
Yeah, if we do our afternoon sessions on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Are you still gonna make your Ixer on your other account?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm also thinking about well actually I'm thinking about account switching my druid over to the other account with the cleric.
Can you
And
do that?
I can. Costs a
Hmm.
little bit of money.
You can do everything with a little bit of coin these days.
I didn't know you could do that at all.
Um, well, hopefully we can do a 12-hour session on Saturday coming up.
Good for that.
And
Are you
then,
fighting something?
what's that? Yeah, there's a swordfish here.
Oh, okay. Send Fenrir over there to kill it. Oh well. Too late. Hmm. Why does the loot window look different now?
Also, Brian, you'll have like
Where's the place to go? Is
a
it City
couple
of
of
Mist
weeks
gonna be the where we're leveling?
because I won't be playing
Mm.
EverQuest 2 next weekend. I'll be playing P99 or I'll be playing TLP for 12 hours that day, so I won't have time for EverQuest 2 next Saturday.
EP progression will tell me.
But the following Saturday we should be
Yeah.
good.
City of Mist is like 37 to 48. So we're looking at like Chardock or Old Seb.
Mm.
I didn't know this, but if you slash claim on an older account, you get a 50% XP buff or potion. Just saw that now.
It won't let me claim it here.
Really, I have it.
Hmm. Yeah. What's it called?
It is called the Goblet of Adventure 3.
Oh, I may have already claimed it on another character somewhere.
One sell Bow the Underfoot, 600 plat.
One of our guildies.
Gavin.
Oh, death metal.
All right, I have finished my breakfast. Oop. That
Impaler.
could drop it. That could drop it. No, hang on. That's a placeholder for it. So no, hang on. That's when it says this information is incorrect on P99. All right, who knows?
I'll see.
I guess the one we're looking for is the Fierce Impaler.
Ah, that guy's name's clever. Lickety split. Lickety split.
Does it take any resources, Nim, to cast those, or is it just like all the other mage summons, just out of ether? Just mana.
Sandy.
All right. Groovy. Thank you. Oh, thank you, sir.
Thanks, Nim.
Better get my swim up. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh man, I'm out of drink. What the hell?
You're in the water, man.
Take a
Good.
swig. I have 100 bottles of milk if you need some.
Thought
Your
I-
mana's not going to regen properly if you don't drink something.
Yeah, come on, Mr. Rogue. Get your mana up.
Have that mana. Gotta have that mana.
Yep, I've got all kinds of it. Oh shoot, I better be sitting. I gotta fill my bar.
Don't forget to med. It makes your backstab stronger.
There we go. I mean, where's the bard? I may need mana song by the time this is over.
The bard's under the bleachers smoking cloves, reading poetry.
I don't. Do you go hungry and thirsty in this game? And die?
Yeah. I don't know if you
That's-
die, but it impacts your regen still.
And it just impacts your regens. Food impacts your health regen.
I got plenty of food. I don't care
Water.
about regen.
Affects your mana regen. Plus, it sends you annoying messages all the time.
Yeah, I just buy water so I don't see the messages.
Shut up. Stop sending me that shit.
Could just have the shaman summon me some.
Why would I do that?
Well, I mean, come on, brother. We're barbarians. We got to take care of each other.
So
I stab you in the
that's
butt, you
what
give me-
barbarian
you give me drink.
love means. Okay.
I'm not a barbarian. I'm an Ixar in disguise. It's just a really good disguise.
Thank you, sir. I
Well,
appreciate it.
your pirouette is on point as you're treading water. That's all I can say, barbarians.
Well, we gotta be good at something.
Let me get above him so he gets a view of the undercarriage. There we
Thankfully,
go.
all these years of casting magic has made me blind, so I can't really see anything beyond 2 feet in front of me.
Oh, so you just want me to fall down on top of your head? Is that what you want?
Barbarian teabagging.
Well, we are in plenty of water. We have plenty of liquid to make our tea.
Oh my gosh, you can teabag.
Oh yeah, it's tradition.
It shouldn't.
From the PvP servers.
I just didn't think you could do it in water.
Mm.
Kind of like the 2-second sit animation. You
Yeah.
go back to treading water. What's Kel up to now? 199. Oh my.
200. But it doesn't really matter. Doors are born swimmers anyway.
Pool party.
Yeah. Oh. Let me, I'm being summoned. I'll be AFK for a little bit.
Just don't do it for more than 8 minutes.
More than 8 minutes.
That's your EB item. Well, that's my EB item anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have a spell.
Oh, you're good.
It lasts, 27 minutes. 28 minutes. Alright. Be back shortly.
Where is this information about being out of the bleachers smoking cloves? I don't know what you're talking about. Bum, 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 bum. This is one of those kind of mind-numbing empty camps where you don't do anything other than just sit here and fall asleep. Don't forget to redo your sorry, your rebreather stone. Oh, I know what I can do. I can work on today's Patreon post.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Anything exciting happen?
Nope, still
No,
underwater.
sir.
Hmm. So how do you transfer a character between accounts?
So it's a paid service. Hold
Mm-hmm.
on.
Is
It's
it
under
like in the
DB and
Daybreak
then
store?
services.
Okay. Huh. That's weird. I guess
Think
they're still making money off of it. That's good.
Yeah, I
character
think it's like
transfer tokens 2,500 DB points.
$25, huh?
No, that's
Thanks for the
I don't
sub,
know how
Jill
much it is
Same
for
Sandwich.
servers.
2,500.
If you like RPGs, MMORPGs, and old school content as well as
Can't remember. I don't know.
nerdy
I'll
sci-fi
look in a
stuff,
bit.
fantasy, D&D, tabletop point and click, all that good stuff. You're in a good place. Don't
yeah,
forget
there is a.
to
I
follow
think you have to
Discord.
like
Links are down below.
petition to get a server transfer, and then it's like you have to pay them a certain amount of money. I think it's almost $30.
All right.
I'm gonna click the full details and see what it says.
Thanks for the follow, Vesuvius. Oops,
You're all good.
I did not mute.
Thanks for the follow, sir. Madam, choose your pronoun here.
149 out of 200. I think I could make it by the end of the month. We'll
Oh,
see.
you'll get there. That's a good time to remind all my followers. Go follow Kit. Blech. Go follow Kel. Go follow Kel.
Go follow Tell on Twitch.
Yeah.
You know, Nim, I'd be willing to bet if you mentioned to Deadrath, who's the raid leader and guild leader, that you need a certain item out of the DZ, they can try and work that out.
I fully agree. We did Finny the other night, and there was discussion about going deeper to kill other mobs.
Mm.
Yeah, but I would imagine if even Selena or whoever. That was an off night raid, I think, for Finny.
Hmm.
So I can't remember. I think we had 7, 8 people or something like that, or 9.
Yeah, I think it is your best bet too, Nim, because the bot groups are never going to go away. Like they're always going to be here.
Yep, as long as some moron's paying 3 chrono for whatever you need drop. Wish there's a good way to see lockout timers.
Is there not?
I don't think so. I mean, I can look at my raid window, but I can't see anything in there.
If you go to your expedition window, I think it's /DV. I want to say.
I just dropped a link in chat for all of our YouTube folks. Update number 65 just went live for the Adventurer's Tale, which is the point and click game that I'm building with my brother and my wife, set in that world behind me, the world of the Weave of the Void. You can download the demo of the point and click game right now over on our Patreon page, patreon.com/wandering hermits. It's a
Yeah,
lot
Alt
like
Z.
King's
Sorry,
Quest and
Alt
Quest for
Z
Glory,
is
if you remember those
expeditions.
games from back in the Sierra heyday. The demo's about 45 minutes long. If you want to check it out, you can pre-order it
of
over
course,
at
this is
the
another
Patreon
GeForce
page.
experience.
GeForce, yeah.
Fudge. All right, I've got a hotkey now. Let's see.
I just had to rock out to the Neverending Story theme song. But I had to mute it because I don't want to get a copyright thing on my channel. It's a good song. It's a cringy song, but it's a good song. It's a good movie. I haven't watched that in a long time. Get it, Fenrir. Get it. Is there any way to reset your swim to be neutral? Because I'm interested, if you use page up or page down, it like forces you to either swim up or down, but you don't ever get like a... in third person mode. I'm just playing around here.
There is another pick.
Could probably pick over and see if it's up, because I know that
Yeah,
he has that targeting macro.
yeah.
So do you want us to pick as a group, or are you going to go over there and check first? If, okay, then I'm picking us as a group. All right, now I got to make sure that I don't accidentally swim out.
Right.
Oh my god. All the fishes. Something's fading.
Probably one of my buffs I put on.
Yeah, it's all good. I didn't know what it was at first. Is it up, Nim? Okay. All right, I'm gonna step away. Who's shouting?
I think this
Merkin.
druid here is sitting right on top of the spawn for the named.
Mm. Well, I guess I'll pick us back over when I can. Gotcha, Nim.
Hmm.
What is this? Oh, where did you get chicharron? No, I'll take this one. That's the crunchy piece. I don't want the other one. I know. Where did we get chicharron? ¿De dónde? Oh, con la misma señora que vende barbacoa. Pero tú sabes que no me gusta mucho porque la grasa. Ese es tu, ese es algo que tú te antoja mucho. Quiero las pequeños. Las pequeños, porfis. Apparently Chris went out wandering around and got fresh chicharron. Thank you. Which is like bacon on steroids. Pork skin. Pig skins. But fresh. They cook them in a big vat.
Yeah. They make
Fry
them here
them.
now too.
What's that?
They make them here now too.
Okay.
Oh my god, that makes me hungry. I love pork skin.
Leia's going crazy.
Something hit me.
You got bit by some fish, I guess.
Probably.
Nim is not breathing water anymore. Oh, never mind.
Who?
I misread that. I was like, Nim's gonna drown.
Yeah, I've got about 2 minutes left on mine.
I'm gonna pick us back over to the other one. Is that okay with everybody? Since there's a druid here
Yeah, that's
camping
fine.
us.
This guy says he's been getting kill stealed by somebody for the spear for days on end.
Hmm.
So if it spawns, he wants us to kill steal it against the other kill stealer.
Well, that's assuming that, yeah, like we haven't had any problems in the other one.
Why is a druid camping his spear anyway and complaining about kill stealing? He's just trying to make money. Oh, people.
Yes, people. That's exactly my response 90% of the time.
I hate people so much.
Yes. I like them from a distance, especially when they like and sub and super chat to the channel.
I like my people. If you're not my people, I don't like you much.
Yeah. If you're not my people, piss off.
Yeah.
Alright,
I,
origin out. Jeez.
I think my exact phrasing is I like individual people, but I don't like every people.
There you go.
Like
That's a
all the
good
people.
that's a good way to look at it. Excuse me.
I love humanity. I just don't like individual humans.
I like cats. Most of the time. Occasionally I want to eat them.
Oh well,
I mean, I think I've eaten cat before. It's not too bad.
there are restaurant options for
Yeah,
that, sir.
there are Uber Eat options these days for that.
I believe it's called Panda Express.
What cat on a stick?
Well, I just say that because it's the only like fast food version of Chinese food, even though it's all fast food. But they bill theirs as faster food.
Yeah. They are an interesting business to look into because it's the same husband and wife couple still managing it who founded it like 40 years ago. They are this like quiet super millionaire couple who started off with a single restaurant back in like the 70s, I think, and then have built it into this international chain. And they never sold out, and I believe they still work at the restaurant that they founded years and years ago. I don't know. It's been a few years since I read up on them, like maybe 3 years, but it was a very fascinating case study in, a husband and wife who built a business from nothing into a international chain, kind of on their own, without investors or anything like that.
Oh, are they a franchisor company, or is
Let me
it
go
like all
look.
owned?
I don't remember.
Because if it was franchise, like I can see that being a little bit easier. But if it's all them, holy crap!
Panda Express does not offer franchises.
Holy crap! That's a lot more impressive. Than,
Also, does not offer good food.
fair enough.
Well, hang on.
Once you get that big, do you really need good food? Look at
I'm
McDonald's.
finding conflicting information about that actually, so don't hold me to that. Hold up.
I'm pretty sure they've never offered good food.
Looking for sponsorship.
Yeah.
Hang on, I need to make sure I don't drown myself. I got 1 minute left.
For the low price of your soul, you too can be a Panda Express Twitch streamer.
Oh. Okay, how much
But
does it
you're
pay?
right. It's not real good food for the price.
It's a little overpriced. The food is not
Yeah.
bad, but it's not. I would much prefer to go sit down at like a mom and pop Chinese
Yes,
restaurant than
Sure,
Panda
for
Absolutely.
sure.
Express. But I can also say, having lived in like Mexico City, where there's not really any Chinese food options, Panda Express is probably going to be the best you're going to get, unless you like PF Chang's.
See, their business model was in malls only for a long time. We just got one in my town here 2 years ago. An actual drive-up window, the whole works.
I don't know if you guys have ever been to hold on, a drive-up window?
Yep. Panda
yeah,
Express
there's
has
one
got
in
a
Baton
drive-up.
Rouge like that.
Okay, never heard of that before. But if you guys have ever been to Chinatown in Boston or New York, that's where you get Chinese food.
I want to go so bad.
I suggest the Boston one over the New York one because the New York one can be kind of rough.
I don't know. I saw what happened to Jack when he went. I'm not sure I want to go.
So they started it in 1973. As of 2017, they had annual sales of over 3 billion and close to 39,000 employees.
Dang.
Founded by Andrew Chang, Peggy Chang, and Andrew's father.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Tim and Tammy Smith.
I still can't find any information that they offer like franchising, because it says here they opened their. Hang on, where did I see this? In December 2017, they opened their 2000th location. In February 22, they filed a U.S. trademark for Pandaverse. Like, I don't know. I can't find any reliable information on whether or not they offer franchises. I'm trying to go to their corporate website now, because you have me really like I'm curious now. My interest is piqued. Like that was something I hadn't thought to look at. If they were, I could swear they were not.
More of them.
It says they are a corporate-owned business with no franchise opportunities. Fierce Impaler. He's up. He's up. All right, it's either going to be the
Yeah.
rare or the common. We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Either way, I'll take it. Like either one's going to be a spear.
Spear's good. Yeah.
One's a hit point spear and the other one's a mana spear. Woot woot! Something was hitting me, so it brought me back into the game.
Hmm.
That is the common, I think.
Yep. Oh, we got the Gloomwater harpoon too.
We got both? No, we only got the one.
Oh, the
Ooh.
Gloomwater. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the common drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll be
It's
now.
still better than most things you'll get.
Yes. So I'll, it's that's a start.
Yeah.
Do we want to hang out here more and try for the rare, or do we want to go get something else for someone else? Because I literally have nothing on my agenda. So if we just want to hang here and try for the rare, we can. But I have nothing else that I really need at this point. Panda Express is a privately owned company with no known franchising. But then there's another website that like says you can set up a Panda Express franchise between 377,000 and 1.8 million, which is bullshit because I can't find any other website that talks about franchising. Nope, here it is. About Us Panda Restaurant Group. Panda Restaurant Group operates all of our restaurants with the exception of select locations in airports, universities, military bases. Hang on, where did I? Yeah, casinos, amusement park stadiums. We do not offer franchises at this time, so Panda Express does not do franchising. So that is a very, yeah, that's really interesting to go from a single owned restaurant in 1973 to 2,000 stores with billions of dollars and almost 40,000 employees over the course of, 40 years? Almost 50, I guess.
Can't
American,
hate on that success.
yeah. American Dream. That was really bad. I apologize. I'm going to get in trouble for that one. Get in trouble for that one. I apologize. I should have done that, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. I deserve to be smacked for that one.
My woke alarms were blaring.
Yeah.
That was bad. I'm slapping myself for that one. I can get away with it when it's Mexican stuff because my wife's Mexican, but
Can you? Interesting.
I do. So Chris is the one who actually sends me a lot of like there's the word of the day ones that she sends me a lot of. That's mostly TikTok stuff though. Somebody's picking away on a guitar when they're bored. But speaking of the woke alarm going off, are you guys familiar with the comedian Andrew Schulz?
No.
He's a younger guy. I say younger. He's 38. He does a lot of stand-up stuff, but I guess his most recent special was that he just filmed. He didn't say who it was for. He just said it was for a streaming platform. And I'm thinking it's not Netflix because Netflix has no problems with like Dave Chappelle's stuff, and his stuff can be quite controversial. But Schultz said he filmed the special, and then the streaming platform said we can't release this because some of these jokes are going to offend like all sorts of. It's like you've got like 8 jokes in here. They're going to offend 8 different racial groups and all these different, and they said we can't release it. And so it was dead on impact. So he just basically spent his life savings to buy it back, and I guess he's going to release it independently now. Which makes me wonder because Netflix doesn't have any problem releasing controversial content from comedians. Um, what other?
Unless there's some of the blowback from the Dave Chappelle thing has made him a little more cautious.
I doubt it because the Netflix head came out and basically said, if you don't like it, tough shit. And then they just released another Chappelle special, like what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna pretty much let Dave Chappelle do what he wants.
Yeah, because he brings in huge, which is why it makes me wonder if the streaming platform that Schultz was working with, I don't see it being Netflix. It has to be somebody different. Because Netflix is not just Dave Chappelle. Like,
Well, from what I understand, both Netflix and HBO for stand-up are pretty liberal with what they allow. So it's
yeah.
got to be somebody else.
What other platform does comedy?
Hulu,
Really?
Prime.
Okay. I wonder if it's. It can't be Prime. Well, it might be Prime because Amazon's pretty much on the woke train these days with some stuff. I don't know. But in defense of comedians everywhere, sometimes your jokes fall flat and sometimes things can be offensive.
My favorite comedian is Gilbert Gottfried, so
Gilbert was pretty
eh,
good.
yeah, and he was pretty offensive all the time.
Yes, he was. I loved his reading of 50 Shades of Grey. It
It
was
was amazing.
that was pretty awesome. It's salacious. Just the way he did it was just I can't even attempt it.
No, he was one of a kind, and now he's dead.
Yeah, that was last year, I think, or maybe earlier this year. Pretty recently.
Earlier this year, yeah.
Norm Macdonald passed a few months ago too. He was
He was also very offensive.
very offensive.
And I also liked him a lot, so another sad loss
I agree, Crinkled. I don't think
for
Chappelle's were
me.
that bad. It's Chappelle's are only bad if you're offended by certain like he's very I've listened to his stuff and his explanation of things. He's like, especially from black people who are complaining about it, it's like
But they all live forever in YouTube, so it's okay.
it's people it's just woke people who are offended by Chappelle. I totally get it. And I think it was yes, they do live forever on YouTube. Ricky Gervais' most recent special also has a whole segment that has like the trans armies up in arms because it's a very good bit. I've watched it. It's a very good bit about yeah, about bigotry, but also just poking fun at like you can't call anybody a man or a woman anymore. Like it's just you can't assume, and it's a really good bit about how stupid the whole thing has become for a certain group of people. Because I'd say most adults don't really care. I don't care. I will pee and poop in whatever bathroom has a bathroom sign on it.
Yeah.
If you gotta go, any bathroom's gonna work.
Yes, any bathroom's gonna work. I've used both bathrooms. I've used all bathrooms. If there's a toilet, gotta go. Oh my god, you used the women's restroom. You're such a horrible person. Dude, it's a
Uh,
shitter. It's a
I don't
shitter.
use. I don't like to use the women's restroom because it's usually so dirty.
I I will say this. When I was my very first outside of the farm job ever when I was 16 years old was working at Walmart and I was a stock boy, right? And technically you're only supposed to stock shelves, but at that point in time I was 16 years old. Um, I had to part of my job was to take out the trash and empty the trash bins and change the trash bags in the men's and women's bathrooms as well. And the women's was by far more disgusting than the men's. But I will say men's urinals are nasty. But as far as
Yes.
trash can goes and as far as like the toilet areas go, the women's was way worse because there's also the feminine product container that is just ripe and not
Mm.
cool and just women's bathrooms are nasty, ladies and gentlemen. At least the ones I've seen.
Yeah. When I was
The
in college, I used to go in the women's restroom in the middle of the night because it was the closest one to where I worked, and it was always gross.
Yeah. That was the only job I ever quit. I walked off that job. There was an explosion. Someone had done someone had an explosive round of something, and it was all over the back of the wall. It was over the side of the stall. It was everywhere. The toilet was overflowing and like to its brim and stuffed with paper and other stuff. And the manager handed me a pair of latex rubber gloves and said, clean this up. And my response, I was a 16-year-old kid, and I literally said, that needs to be a plumber to take care of that. And he goes, no, you just need to dig that out and clean out and so that the toilet will flush. And I said, you do it. And I handed the gloves back to him. And he literally, his response to me was, are you refusing to do the task that I'm asking you to do? And I said, yes, because I didn't get hired to clean a toilet. And he says, you're either going to do this or I'm going to fire you. And I said, well, then I'll do you one better. I'll quit because I'm not doing that. And I got the whole speech. Well, if you quit, you're just going to get a black mark on your record, and you'll never be able to work at Walmart ever again. And I was like, I really don't care. Good luck, sir. And I walked out.
Yeah.
Nope.
But they used to tell us that when we were kids so much, and now nobody stays at the job anytime at all.
No.
yeah. Like I've been at my company for 10 years, and people are like, "What's wrong with you?"
Right. You never get a raise that way. You got to
Not
change
these
it up
days.
every 6 months.
Thankfully, my company is pretty good, but that can't
Yeah.
be said for all companies.
No.
Yeah. My little brother's been at the same company for since 2000 or so. Yeah. But they give him regular huge raises, so he doesn't mind. I change jobs as often as I can because I get bored.
I
But
will
now I
say that,
teach, so I can't do that anymore.
yeah, the one nice thing I could say about being self-employed for so many years is that you get to work on lots of cool projects, which keeps it entertaining at the very least, because you don't ever get that bored factor.
Oh, I'm
But
sure.
I'm also not gonna lie. Like there was a point maybe 3, 4 years ago when I was like, you know what? I'm all these years into freelancing. I would kill for a steady 40-hour a week salaried position, instead of always constantly looking for projects. Because that part does get a little old, like needing to pitch over and over and over and over and over and over and over when you want to get a new project, unless something comes across your table, because you do get a lot of referral work. Probably about 60, I think it's about 60% of my work has been referrals, which is nice, but there's still lean times when you got to go out and look for stuff. And that's the part that sucks about freelancing is like, where do you find the next gig? And then now, because of all the Me Too movements and woke generations and all this other stuff, an old white dude is not getting work anywhere. It's just not happening.
You are the enemy.
I am now the enemy of everyone. So I just said,
Right.
fuck it, I'm going full time on YouTube.
This dude says you may not sit anymore.
I had a pretty good, like my last gig was pretty good helping a startup, and I knew the founders and everything was pretty good until they got investors. And when they got investors, the investors came in and literally said, "Oh no, this is a woman-founded, woman-led company. It needs to be women in all of the primary positions, and your lead marketing person can't be an old white dude. It's got to be a woman." And so I got the boot.
Yeah.
And it was literally as soon as the investors took over the company, it was adios, Tim, and that sucked. And that's when I realized, oh yeah, the industry is. I'm a bad person now.
Hmm. I don't know. The last two jobs I got because I was a middle-aged white man.
Hmm.
I was hired by, and I had another job I was offered for the same reason, but I didn't take it just because I got a better offer. In each case, I was offered a job as a middle-aged white man so that I could go in and show the black children that I'm not the enemy.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah, because they don't see any middle-aged white men except on TV shooting people.
Hmm. God, that's a shitty. That's a you know, yeah, man. It's a. I can living in Mexico, which has its own issues with violence. But the violence here is very much cartel versus cartel. And if you're not a drug dealer and part of the narco groups, you're never going to see it. It's not going to affect you. There's no school shootings, there's no mall shootings, there's no mass shootings. Gun control is very strict in this country, but you can have a gun. It's just extremely controlled. Um, and every Mexican I know looks at the United States and is terrified. Like, a lot of them would go there for work back in the day because of you could work under the table and in 6 months you could make enough money to last 10 years down here, so it was worth sneaking across the border until you got caught. um, but the gun violence has made a lot of people just not want to do that anymore because it's ridiculous. And that what you were just describing where the only white people they've known are the ones on TV shooting black people, that is a very.
And it's I would say that the disparity between like the gun laws, probably especially where Rolf lives, compared to what I have in Massachusetts, which are probably closer to what Mexico has as far as control.
Yeah.
We don't have gun control laws here.
Yeah, see,
Which company,
like even
Crinkle?
I'm nervous about going to Texas sometimes.
The one that I'm no longer with.
Well, we have basically the same laws as Texas. Actually,
Yeah,
Texas actually less laws than us, but I'm nervous about going to Texas before that.
I mean, my cousin's representative, state rep, he lives in Texas. Literally had an ad on his political page on how to get a gun easy. I was like, okay, that's probably not smart.
Yeah, I don't. Chris and I, when we go up to Missouri, Missouri is fairly. There's not a ton of racism against Mexicans, but there are pockets. But I'm truly terrified in some, like, we just avoid some states and places when I go up there because I don't want Chris to be subject to an accidental encounter of any kind, if that makes sense. Um, and it's my my parents in particular. My brother's not, but my parents are definitely not against Chris because she's my wife. But if it wasn't my wife, my parents are definitely. I would definitely call my parents racist against anyone who's not a white Christian Republican. If you're not a white Christian Republican in the eyes of my parents, you are a terrorist or a, you know, whatever. They'll lump you in
Important
the
question: do Catholics count as Christians?
no, not to them,
No. Okay. Okay.
not to them. So it's very conservative. But then with Chris, they're totally, oh yeah, she's the daughter-in-law, and our daughter-in-law is Mexican, and it's like, yeah, but you don't like any other brown-skinned people. Like, it's very selective um, in the way that works. Um, but Texas terrifies me. I don't like to go to Texas. Open carry and just there's some scary stuff down there.
Open carry
Uh,
doesn't bother me.
the women funded. Well, I'll tell you
Concealed
this
carry
much,
that
Crank. They were supposed to have
Huh?
hired a new
it's the
marketing
concealed carry
director
that
by the
worries
beginning
me.
of June. They
Oh,
still
I
have
mean, I
not
have a
done so.
concealed carry license myself.
And as
Yeah,
far
I
as
mean,
I'm
if you have the
aware,
license, sure.
I've
Yeah.
watched all
Those
their
people
social
who don't,
media and all their media,
Well,
social
Texas
media
is
has
what do you call it? Constitutional
dramatically,
carry
I'd say
now,
they've
so
yeah.
had
they
a
just
So
everybody carries
40%
whatever they
drop,
want.
30 to
yeah,
40%
so
drop.
that's kind of
And as far as I'm aware,
not great.
they're not doing any of
Yeah,
the.
our they wanted
Yeah,
to
I
pass
don't know
that
how they're
here.
doing
Our
financially, but
governor, our
did.
current governor, wouldn't sign
I
it.
haven't seen any
The next governor
growth,
probably
and I
will.
know that they never hired the person that they said they were going to hire to replace me. And
Uh,
we're
I
towards
don't
the end
know.
of July
The
now, and they still
concealed
haven't
carry
brought on a
classes
new
are really a
person to
joke
replace me.
anyway.
So who knows?
Yeah, even up here, it was literally like 4 hours on a Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, unless you get the extended one, which actually is class time in Arkansas.
Yeah. Oh,
For
I have my FFL because I was dealing in antique arms for a while, and even the federal FFL isn't that hard, to be honest.
Now, my dad had an FFL when I was a kid. He
That's like
just sold guns out of the
the
house.
right the Mexican one to be able to own firearms and everything. It's not that difficult to get. It literally is just a background check. I have to go. You do a background check, and you have to take an arms course with the military to make sure that you're capable. Like you literally have to do a weapons test thing. You have to pass a test with the military to show that you're capable of handling a firearm. Other than that, it's literally just a background check, a bunch of paperwork, and you pay a little bit of money, and boom, you can own a firearm in Mexico. It's not that big of a deal. However, automatic weapons are like, no, you can't have that. You can have there's certain pistols you can have, rifles, things that, but automatic, no, that's not going to happen down here. That's a,
Yeah, the condition of my FFL is I can only have automatic weapons if they're antiques, so like
yeah.
1960 or older.
That's most people anyway. Was 69 the cutoff? I think
Yeah,
For
like I said,
automatic arms,
I can't, I
Yeah.
have nothing bad to say about,
when they passed that law.
my experience with them,
I don't even know.
except when they let
Yeah,
the investors take over
nobody's supposed to have
and
an
the
automatic
investors
weapon after
like
1960. Made after
the entire
1969.
company changed and the entire relationship with the
What was
founders,
it
everything
84?
changed
I
when the
get all
investors came on
confused
board. So
because I don't care about those.
my beef is
I
with
have
the
no interest in that.
investors, not the people behind the
Yeah, I gotta
company.
say, I do like the Tommy guns. Those are fun to target shoot with.
Yeah, those are super historical, so that's fine.
And yes, having to say that about Chris and where I can
And the
go.
joke amongst
Like
my
here's one thing I won't
gun-owning
do,
friends was
Crinkled. I
that
won't go to the movie theaters in the
I
United
grew up
States
with
anymore. I
guns,
won't
but I
go see a
didn't
movie in
own
the
any
US.
gun
I
that
just won't
had
do it.
a
There's been too
self-loading
many movie
magazine.
shootings. I won't
So
go
no
Nims,
see a film.
semi-automatics or anything like that. It's all revolvers and bolt
What's up,
actions
Eugene?
and lever actions.
Nim's probably in the background here being like effing Americans.
Right. Well, I was just telling Crinkled I was pushed to mute. Like there's like I won't take Chris to a movie theater in the United States. Like there have been too many movie shootings. Like I just won't go to a movie theater in the US. I'm terrified of movie theaters. And I'm not a paranoid person. It's like I can have a home theater experience and I do miss going to the movie theaters, but that's a to me, that's like a high risk environment, And then I know all these people you have to be terrified of sending your kids to school. Like that to me, like kids should be able to go to school and learn. And now kids like I don't know that they do these jokes in the United States, but like here and in the UK and in Europe, I've seen TikTok videos and stuff where they have these parody videos of like kids having to learn how to wear a bulletproof vest before they learn how to do math. It's like
Well,
No,
yeah, it's actually we have a bulletproof backpack for my son.
that. Okay,
I'm
I gotta say
I'm
something. Like that's just so
I'm just
ridiculous.
I'm just gonna say I'm a teacher and I don't worry about any of that. I don't know. The statistics show that you're more likely to be attacked by a bear than shot
Sure,
at school.
sure.
Fair, but also his school had like 3 lockdowns this year where we didn't find out anything until about 15 minutes after.
Oh my God.
So we just sent him. We had to do it.
We had 2 lockdowns last year, and I teach at a tiny little school in the middle of nowhere. Most of the time, lockdowns are because some student is acting so insane they had to call the police.
Yeah, that
Or
was 2 of them, and then one of them was a deer had broken into the building.
right. It's usually something completely not actually dangerous to the children. It's just they want to keep people out of the hallways while they deal with it. Sometimes it's just somebody had an extreme medical problem and they had to call an ambulance. That causes a lockdown.
True. Uh, but what they send me for the school notification is a text that says school's under lockdown currently. Details
They
to be sent soon.
they shouldn't be sending that out. That's dumb. I mean, if it's something that you need to know about that you can do something about, it makes sense. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a teacher. I don't like parents.
Yeah, I wouldn't like us either. We're kind of d-bags.
Yeah, and I've only had like one parent who actually knew what they were talking about with their children,
Yeah, Crinkle, for sure. A bear
and
doesn't
they
eat
weren't actually complaining.
20
They were
kids
trying to
in
see how
one
we could
go.
help. So, but I haven't had too many problems with parents in actuality. So. I miss teaching in Baton Rouge. You never saw parents. They were not involved. They dumped their kids off, and you never saw them again.
Yeah, my parents dumped me at a private Baptist school for a couple years when I first started going to high school, and they just it's literally, so you couldn't get away with this today, but it was literally like they were allowed to use corporal punishment like against the kids, and so the parents just didn't even think about it. It was like you just dropped your kids off school, and the teachers and the principal had permission to hit, smack, beat, anything they needed to do, because spare the rod, spoil the child, Bible
Yeah,
thumping, you know, beat it
I
out of
went
the
to one of those
kids.
too. Yeah, went to one of those as a kid too, till I got expelled. You know, it's
I did.
fine.
I got expelled also from my private Christian Baptist school. I got called
Mm.
out because I had not shaved, and the
Oh,
principal, I to this day, I believe I'm still known as the only person who made the principal curse in front of. He was the principal and the pastor of the church, and he came into the English class, and I'd already been causing problems for a while with wanting to grow my hair out. I hadn't shaved. I'm like 17, and he come into English class. He's like, "Mr. Anderson, you need to leave." And I said, "Why?" And he's like, "Because you're breaking the rules and you haven't shaved." And I literally gave him a lecture. And I said, "You guys are always teaching me about how Jesus looks at the heart and only man looks at the outward appearance. And Jesus had a beard. And here I am with 2 days of stubble. And you're judging me based on my appearance when you don't know what's in my heart." And he literally just grabbed me by the shoulder and said, "Mr. Anderson, I am sick and tired of your bullshit. Get in the hall now." And he drugged me out of class and expelled me in the hallway.
yep. Mine wasn't that dramatic. They just,
Yeah,
I was in the 5th grade. And I just talked about Dungeons and Dragons too much.
Yeah, that'll do it too.
Yeah, and that was 1983 or 84.
Hill
So it was right
Country,
at the height
says
of the
RG
satanic
Lorito.
panic.
Don't go past
I
Hill
got kicked
Country.
out of catechism class one time because I
Ooh.
kept on talking about Pokemon, and Pokemon represented the devil.
Yeah, my mom was
Pikachu,
hard.
people.
Yeah. Pikachu, Pikachu! With my 5-star circle. My mom was the Harry Potter is the devil.
Yeah. Give us some of
D&D
that
is the
down
devil.
here. Yeah, I never heard the Pokemon thing.
Yeah,
But
it was kind of weird. Kind of weird.
but was
But
it?
I mean, the teacher was a nun, so it was like
Oh
it
yeah, I
was
was
the
about to
extreme of the
ask, was it a
situation.
nun? I was about to ask if it was a nun, because the only weird thing we had at the Catholic school I taught at was a nun. Like she would go around calling this little girl a whore all the time and
No,
stuff like
that's
that.
the epidemic is definitely not kids in the woods with
Yeah,
bears.
nuns are nuts.
They can be.
Nuns can be nuts if they don't get nuts. That's why they're nuts. And oh yeah, I went there.
You've been turning it in the water to virus. That isn't service with a smile. I don't know what is.
Yep. That was perfect until somebody pulled it.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I got one swing off and it was gone. It was gone.
Yeah, Stranger Things season 4 was pretty epic. Yeah, between the opiate crisis and the firearms, like I it's becoming more and more difficult. Like visiting and staying are two different things. Like visiting, I don't know. It's like my brother, like they don't feel safe unless they own firearms, and it's like I don't have to think about that down where I live. Like the thought that I have to own a firearm to feel safe or to be safe blows my mind. Like you're living in a place that's so dangerous or that you feel so threatened that you only feel safe when you have firearms blows my mind. Like I can't imagine. I am actually I already used my last one, Nim. I have 20 minutes to go, but I could definitely use another one or two water stones. Oh yeah, territorial animals. Thank you, Nim. Territorial animals are definitely dangerous. Yep, season 5 is going to be the last.
Still have 2 left.
Hmm.
How did I burn through 3 when y'all have 2 left?
I've also been given more.
Okay.
Nim is a lot like Oprah. You just give things away and forgets about it.
That explains all the children running around. But
To be fair, a lot like Oprah, he also didn't pay for them. He just summoned them out of the air.
Do you know which character you're going to want to level first, Rolf?
My high level characters?
Yeah,
Uh, probably Rolf.
nice.
But whatever works. I'm not in any rush. Got plenty of time to level up these characters. Hmm. Oh, that's me.
All right, back. Why is Rolf almost dead?
I tried to drown myself.
Okay. Apparently my auto attack was on that whole time. I'll get caught up on YouTube chat in just a second, guys.
I haven't even started looking for what items to get yet, Nim. My my brain is all XR all the time.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I've never even looked at the like the progression items that you can get leveling from scratch in Kunart.
Well,
I'm just reading Nim's comment. Anyone have any items they want to try to get in Kunart for these characters?
that won't be constantly camped.
Yeah, I have nothing that I care about for this guy.
The only Kunark item I know of that I want is the same thing everybody wants.
Crinkle said,
Which
firearms
one is
don't
it?
bother me.
Yeah.
They don't bother me either,
It's
Crinkle. I
just
grew up in
so
a firearm owning
useful.
family. I'm happy to own a firearm. I'm happy for everyone to own a firearm. You're correct. Dumbasses who drink a 12 pack and try to show off their
I
Wyatt
think
Earp
one of those funky
impressions bother
stats
me.
too.
And those same people then get road rage and pop off and want to shoot someone. You are 100% correct. Those are the people that make me
But it's
paranoid.
fun not being able to run.
Calming says, live outside of the cities and most places in the world are safe. I traveled around for years in a van from Canada to Argentina and never had a problem unless I drove into a city. I would say that that's arguably true. We let my 9-year-old son watch Stranger Things and now he wants to watch E.T. It. Good for him. That's awesome.
Great. Give me a break. Don't even.
Are you saying that you get shot out in the countryside or that you feel less safe out in the countryside? Because people who live in small towns in the countryside will leave you alone. If you leave them alone, go to any large city, look at someone wrong, you'll probably get shot at. That's legitimate. Kami said, my wife did the van life thing from 95 to 2007 and had her problems. She always said, stick to the back roads. You will encounter the best people. Carry a big stick for the one time you won't. Mujian says it's a myth that country people and small town folks sit outside with their guns. It's mostly a myth. There are occasional old people like that. Cricket said maybe being 6 foot and 250 pounds, no one wants to mess with me. Possibly. Said I've had more people square up to me in the country where they are too far corn-fed and inbred than ever here in the
Abe
cities,
Chrono.
and I've walked many alone
Yeah,
without
well,
issues.
whatever.
I've always had more issues in cities, but
For the low price of $140, you too could own this virtual item.
I'm reading what he said right now. Someone in Guild said someone was taking pre-orders for a fungi tunic for 8 chrono.
Yeah. There's a bunch of boxers in this guild. They're just gonna sit on the spawn.
I think he was talking about somebody else, like from out of guild, like a real serious boxer.
Still, that's pre-orders. That's hilarious.
Well, I mean, if you had sat down and been really serious when the server opened up, you could have 8 chrono right now just from this server, or more. If you didn't have a job or anything.
Hmm. I don't think I've ever had any problems with people in the countryside. I've never really had a problem with anybody, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty low key, smoke weed, hang out, drink wine. Like, I don't really hang out with the type of people who would cause problems in the first place. Um, never really been in the environment. I've never done the van life thing, but Chris and I, traveled the world for a long time, and I remember I went to Colombia when it was quote unquote dangerous to go to Colombia. I went there in 2011. It was still a lot of people were like, "Why? How could you? It's too dangerous." Went by myself. Didn't speak a lot of Spanish. I was in Colombia for 3 months. In Bogota for most of that time. And Bogota definitely has some sketchy places. But I took a bus across the country. I went to Manizales. I went to Levede. I forget the name of the place now. Little small town. The only places that I had issues with were in Bogota, in the big city. Outside of the city, no issues. But in Bogota, that place is sketchy as there are some sketchy places where the taxi drivers won't even take you because it's so dangerous. And while I was in Bogota, I had 3 associates, not friends, but people that I knew. One was German, one was Swedish, one was British. All 3 of them got mugged in a taxi cab at like 3 o'clock in the morning. But you know what they were doing? They were on the way back from a club, drunk, and they got into a cab off the street. And the cabbie took them into a dark alley where he had a couple of buddies, and they got robbed. I never went out to clubs, and I never took cabs off the street. I always did radio taxi, and never went off into the unknown. I didn't go out clubbing, so I never had an issue because I wasn't staying out till 3 o'clock in the morning. I was there to work, so I was home by 10 or 11 o'clock every night. I might go out to a restaurant and have some drinks, but I never went clubbing, and I never had any issues in Colombia. Colombia is the closest I've been to danger. Um, Big city with lots of issues. But only if you go to the sketchy parts of town or you do sketchy shit at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Same can be said for Los Angeles or New York or Chicago or London or Rome. If you're out at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're drunk and you're getting into an unmarked taxi cab, you could get robbed. Like, that's just reality. I did go clubbing twice in Bogota, but I wasn't out till 2 o'clock in the morning. And both times I went clubbing, I went with the girls. So when I came home in the taxi cab, I didn't come home by myself. I came home with other people. And since they were locals, I didn't have the issues. I also, this is just a lesson I've learned over the years from traveling a long time. I always look like I'm, you know, broke. Nobody wants to rob you when you look like you might only have 20 bucks to your name. Flip flops, gym shorts, t shirt.
Somebody's dying.
Oh, is it me?
Good lord.
Varus.
Breathe, man, breathe.
Fell asleep.
Breaking news: old man falls asleep.
In the water. Dies in a tub.
My dad fell asleep last hunting season in the rain,
Hmm.
out in the woods.
I've actually done that in a tree stand.
I have many times, but uh, not in the rain.
Yeah, the old man, he just puts in his pocket warmers, puts up his hood, sitting out in
And
Maine in the 34-degree weather, and falls asleep.
Well, I
it's
guess if
real
you've
easy
got,
to do.
water repellent, warm clothing, that'd be pretty easy to do. I could see myself
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah.
But the last time I went hunting, I was out all day, and about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was 50 feet up a pine tree swaying in the wind, and I fell dead asleep. I think I was asleep for an hour or two.
Woot, I finally made max. 99.99999.
Nice.
Yep. I wish I was a little bit more awake for it. Freaking heat yesterday was horrible.
Yeah, my brother was telling me the same. They're in Missouri. It was like 103 yesterday.
Yeah, I was in Memphis. It was 101.
It was a sweltering 85 here.
I think it was 94 yesterday. I'm gonna go check what it was yesterday.
I left at 8 o'clock in the morning, got home at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it was 95 yesterday. And it looks like it's gonna be 95, 96, 93, 96, 97, 97 all week. We're out of the rainy season and back to the mostly sunny mid 90s every day.
Yeah, my living temperature in my house is set to like 65 degrees.
That's a little
It's my
colder than mine. I've got mine. I think we're at like 74, 75 in my office. I'm comfortable in a short and t-shirts, and Chris has to be bundled up with sweaters. That's crazy, Nim. That's hot for the UK. Yeah.
holy
Uh,
crap. Are you guys having brownouts or electrical problems or anything like that due to it?
Yeah, but climate change doesn't exist. It's just a political agenda.
If you could refer to climate change as man bear pig, that would make me feel more
Man,
comfortable.
beer pig.
uh,
I think my buddy Rodrigo's living in London now. Actually, I don't remember where he's at in the UK.
I have
He
a
put.
buddy up in. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a buddy up in Scotland. I wonder how hot it is up there.
Well, he was just Nim was giving me. He was just reminding me like Mexico City, like 20% of the houses, only 20% of houses have air conditioning because they don't usually need it. That's the way it was in Mexico City. Like it's usually year round, like 75, 75, 80, and it peaks at like 85 to 90 during like April and May. So unless you happen to live on like a south facing or west facing house and you're like on the top floor of a building where you're going to get the sun, nobody really runs AC. But then when there was a heat wave, I think it was 2 summers ago, there was like 6 weeks where it was like mid 90s for 6 weeks, which was unheard of temperatures for Mexico City, and like everyone was like dying, and no one had air conditioners, so there was like a run on fans and portable AC units. Yeah, Laredo. 30 years ago, nightlife was different. blade stopper. I've never even seen that before. That's a
Drops
shield?
off, drops off Nagavin or Vox, I think. One of those two.
It does.
Can't say that I'm familiar with that one.
Good, I think, can only warriors use it?
No, it says warrior,
Oh,
cleric,
yeah.
paladin, ranger, shadow knight, bard, rogue, shaman.
I wouldn't think that most warriors would, just because dual wielding's so much better.
He doesn't have any wisdom, but I'd be tempted as a shaman.
Hello, band.
Oh, you're in the south of England. I got you. I know a couple people from Plymouth.
I knew a girl in college from Wales. Man, was she ugly.
What?
It's just a great
Hey, my
precursor. I knew this girl one time from England. You know, she was ugly.
oh god. I simply go back to what my dad said. Somebody's got to love the ugly ones too.
That can be somebody else.
Snoop Dogg posted a pretty funny photo on his Facebook page last night about it was something like it was a picture of a really not very attractive individual, female variety, and the text was something like the one night stand when you see her in the courtroom looking for a payout. And I was just like, oh damn, like he went there. And,
He put both feet in it.
yeah, he totally just jumped right in, and I was like, god damn. Like, yeah. He had a really good interview one time. They were asking him, he was on a podcast, and there was a woke female interviewer who was interviewing him about some stuff, and she said, "Do you ever feel like the way you've talked about women in the past and the way you've portrayed women in your videos and all that stuff, do you ever feel like that was offensive or something that you look back on with regret?" And he goes, "Hell no, them bitches got what they deserved." And I was
Oh my
just like,
goodness.
"Damn, Snoop Dogg got no chill, man." He just calls them like he sees them.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if you're in Snoop Dogg's shoes, I would assume that the vast majority of it would be difficult. I would imagine it would be difficult to have real friends when you're a wealthy individual like that, because most people want to hang out with you because you're a celebrity and they just want access to your perks and your money and
You're baggy.
yeah, your baggies.
Yeah.
So he very much. I know he's married, but it seems like that might just be to have his marriage of to have kids. I don't know, because he definitely has a open revolving door of. Can we say harem? Is that an offensive word? You know, he has a bevy. He
Probably.
has a bevy of women.
Yeah.
I think buffet would be better.
A buffet, all you can eat buffet. Okay, he's like a different version of. He's not Dan
What
Blizzard though.
kind of buffet is that?
Well,
I'll be right back. I have to walk the dog real quick.
yeah.
Mm. Somebody's being attacked.
Can't even eat a cheesesteak.
Dr. Oz. Hmm.
Okay. Déjalos.
Oh, guy's a deceiver, loot right.
Hmm.
Doesn't that get nerfed in the next expansion? Or
Yeah.
Somebody told me that. I didn't know that it did.
I think anybody can use it right now, but it goes strictly rogue bard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Right now, you can't wear it, but you can click it from your inventory. Um,
I don't need it right now. I got both my pieces for my epic, but I may go grunt down and get one just for the novelty because they'll sit and rot down there.
hmm. Oh, there it is. That's it. I'm looking at this map of Arkansas and I get so confused because my
What,
grandmother was from, I think, Prescott, but so many little towns down there are up there. Huh.
let's see. That's off of 30, I believe.
Yeah. Most of my family comes from around Ruston.
Okay.
So, right
Yeah,
along the border.
Bill Clinton territory. I think he was born in Hope.
Yeah, he was born in Hope. Yeah. Yeah, not far from there. I think he was still in office the first time I went to Little Rock.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we make fun of his presidential library. It looks like a single wide trailer.
Oh, okay. I haven't been there since I mean, I've been to Little Rock, I guess. My little brother lived there, but I didn't go there when he was living there.
I should give it crap. The actual library was really interesting. I went there and
Yeah,
browsed through all his gifts from different countries and
I'm
look. They
sure.
have his agendas for every day. I was like, oh my god.
It's
Well,
impressive. Yeah.
I mostly was excited about seeing Elizabeth Grace handprints in the concrete in downtown Little Rock. So
I think that's
that
something
was
that. Go ahead.
Well, I just been down near there. I just haven't looked at that specifically.
yeah. Well, she was making that TV show at the time, that Highlander spinoff show she made.
Yeah.
It was terrible, but you know, she's still the only Miss America from Little Rock. Not Little Rock, Arkansas.
I don't know.
Oh,
Now, Mary Steenburgen actually lives in Little Rock now.
does she?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
can catch her every once in a while and Ted Danson every once in a while.
that's cool. I mean, I live within spitting distance of New Orleans, so there's tons of celebrities here.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't ever go look for them because I don't really care. There's way more exciting things in New Orleans than seeing celebrities. Filth in the streets, lots of crime, all the stuff you love.
Thank you, Grim. Appreciate it. Yeah, I went down to Central High School where they had the Little Rock Nine.
Uh huh. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I went down there and took a look at it.
That's a cool thing to go see. I should go see that one day. one of the reasons I bought a motorcycle is so that I could go see things like that, but I never get around to it.
And then one of these days, I'm gonna head up to Northwest Arkansas and go to Judge Parker's deal. They have a museum up there for him, the hanging judge.
Uh-huh.
I like a lot of that stuff. Civil War and
Sure.
reenactments and battlefields. There's that up there as well.
Yeah.
Sorry about that,
Oh, did we
Nim. I
lose
was.
Nim?
Yeah, I just. He has to. It looks like he has to go, and I was AFK when he was trying to trade me Waterstones.
I think there's at least one interesting battle in Arkansas, wasn't there? In the Civil War.
See you later, Nim.
See you, Nim. Be safe.
Later, Nim.
Yeah, we're fine. I mean, probably just do one more rotation anyway, and then call it.
That's starting right now.
What was the question about the Civil War? Something about were there any interesting battles?
Battles in
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Oh, in Arkansas. That was a weird thing growing up for me. I don't know about Arkansas, but I know Southwest Missouri has a bunch of like Wilson's Creek Battlefield is like an actual historical location in Springfield
Yes.
with like a permanent area, and they have a lot of cosplay. They do a lot of the live action. Uh, it's reenactments. Sorry, it's not cosplay, but I would call it cosplay, but it's
It's
reenactment.
cosplay. Yeah, it's not really reenactment. It's cosplay.
Yeah,
I do a lot of Revolutionary War reenactments, especially when I was younger.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
up here
Any
in
of that.
Massachusetts is pretty big.
They do the Civil War here. They also do War of 1812 here.
Yeah, nice. I was in the Minutemen for a while,
Okay.
and then I did the Concord Battery for a while too.
Nice.
Did you shoot any small guns?
We shot a lot of muskets,
Okay.
and we shot when I was in the battery, we shot the cannon.
Yeah, okay. That's a gun. How big a one?
What was it, a 12-pounder?
That's a pretty big gun. Oh
Yeah, it
my
was a
goodness.
12-pounder.
Ah. Oh. Well, Tavares lives close enough. If he goes to Memphis all the time, he can go to Shallow Battlefield, which is over on the other side of Memphis.
I love doing battlefields. Last time I went to Baltimore to visit my friend. Him and I went to Gettysburg, went to the local brewery, got nice and drunk, and then did Pickett's Charge.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 2 hours from Memphis. I do go there quite a bit though.
Yeah. Well, Jackson's another hour past that, and it's right around there.
Yep.
And it's a good day trip. And they have one of the largest collections, if not the largest collection, of Civil War era cannon.
Nice. Yeah, my
So,
my wife's grandparents lived in Brownsville, Tennessee.
okay, cool. Yeah, my mom lived in Jackson. My brother lived in Nashville for a while.
I like Nashville. Some people,
My
a lot of people don't.
my dad's from Chattanooga.
Tennessee is one of the few places I've never. I guess I should say few places. I've been over most of the west of the Mississippi, but
Mm.
like some of the southeastern stuff, and especially east, I don't think I've really ever done anything east other than maybe Michigan and Wisconsin, Minnesota. I've never done like Louisiana, Tennessee, South Carolina, like none of those states.
Mm.
I've always wanted to
I've
go for
been,
the food more than anything else because I've heard really good things about the food in Louisiana.
Oh.
if you like it, it's good. I'm indifferent to it.
I took the wife to Maine before the pandemic. That was awesome.
Mm. Let's see. The last trip we made before the pandemic was actually to Nashville to see my brother.
Where in Maine?
Portland.
Portland, nice. I have a couple camps up in the Allagash of Maine, back in the deep woods.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had lobster for the first 5 meals.
Yep, lots of lobster.
Lobster hamburger, I had a lobster omelet. I had lobster biz.
My dad, in his retirement, now that he's done 60 years of work, decided that he would go lobster fishing for most of the summer, every summer.
Nice.
right out of Gloucester in Massachusetts.
Hmm.
It's crazy. The thing we did for entertainment was actually look for sea glass. We did it every day at the beaches.
Hmm.
Yeah, one thing I like to turn wood on lathes. I like to look
Mm-hmm.
for nice beech wood out there in Maine.
Wood turning has gotten popular. I know like 10 people that do wood turning now all of a sudden.
Yeah, I was really into woodworking in the first place, but then I saw a YouTube video with the wood lathes, and that was just too cool to pass up. Now
I
most of the
was
bowls in my house are handmade and stuff like that.
I was actually in Arkansas. There's a like an Appalachian museum in northern Arkansas, right up near the Missouri border. And I saw a guy using a foot lathe there. And I was like, that I like historical things, so that was interesting to me.
Yeah, foot lathes are. I think we sold one at my auction house once, and it went for like almost $250,000. It was a nice old one. I had all
Okay.
the parts still. It was pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. This one was like something you could have built in your own backyard with simple tools.
Nice.
Yeah. It used for power, it used for the spring power, it used a branch, like a sapling. You would push the pedal down and it would bend the sapling and you let it up and it would yeah. It was cool.
They were building a medieval castle using medieval tools up in northern Arkansas as well, but they lost funding.
Oh, well,
They're doing something like that over in France too. Forget
yeah.
which castle it is. I'll have to look up the YouTube video.
Yeah, I've seen the one in France uh on YouTube or something. Mhm.
Say what?
Oh, got an ad.
Whenever this one spawns on top of me, this will be my last rotation, guys. I'm going to call it after this.
That's
Sounds
fine.
good.
I'm going to go back to bed.
That'll be
Sunday
fun.
morning nap is in. I got up at 4 o'clock, so I'm going to sleep a little bit, do my video production for tomorrow, and prep for D&D tonight. And I'm going to do Rings of Power live tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Another Monday in Middle Earth.
It's going to be a live version, and we're going to cover Rings of Power this time, so we're going to see what that's like.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, instead of doing a Two Towers chapter overview this week, we'll try. We'll see what a live one. I've had some people ask for it, so I figured, what the hell, I'll do a live one.
Is Rings of Power out?
Oh no, not till September.
I didn't think so.
It's just rants and speculation at this point.
My favorite.
And
Well,
mine
I was
aren't
gonna
really
go.
rants. Mine are more like questions and commentary as opposed to actual rants. All right, I'm gonna origin out from here, boys.
That's probably a good idea.
Well, at least I got a weapon.
Yeah.
I don't think my shaman will want for anything now. And those are supposed to be live Thursday morning, right?
Yes,
Mm.
I'll be making my character Wednesday night.
Yeah, I'll be making mine probably Thursday morning when I wake up. That'll probably be the first thing I do in the morning.
As soon as we get the notification the server's live, I'll probably log on and make it.
Yeah, if it depends on what time it happens on Wednesday, but otherwise I'll probably end up waiting. Because if it Wednesday night, I'm usually in bed by like 9 or 10, so I don't know what time they plan on doing the server stuff.
They don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be we wake up Thursday morning and it's still not
Still
up.
down, yeah.
Oh, can't imagine what they're doing is going to take that much. But getting all ambitious on this 20-something-year-old game.
Yeah. Doing all the things. On the plus side, I've got a ton of pelts for spell research, so we should be fine for spells for the Ixars.
Yeah, I actually have stuff to give to Renvale.
All right,
Forgot to give it
perfect.
to you.
Yeah, I think I'm good until. Why is my? There we go. I think I can make all of our spells up into the early or mid 30s, and after that is when I need to grind some more levels. But yeah.
All right.
But I got a stockpile now, so which is good. All right, for the stream, hang out for a little bit, guys. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit more, but for those of you in my group, thanks for hanging out again today. I'll catch you all soonish,
See
rather
ya.
than laterish.
Yep, we'll catch you
Have a
later.
good Sunday, everybody.
There.
You too.
All right, where am I at? I need to go to the bank and drop this in my bag for my character. So basically, my Ixar is now completely good, other than the Charred Guardian Shield, which I'm gonna get from from Maduros' character, from his Druid. His Druid's gonna give me a Charred Guardian Shield. But I have a full set of armor. Let's take a look at that real quick. Shed Bank. And I have the bone chips, which I don't know that I'll need. But I have a full set of the withered leather, so which is really good stuff. But I have a full set of the withered, other than the breastplate. I don't have a breastplate. It is what it is. I'll get a breastplate eventually. But in the meantime, I have a full set apart from the breastplate. So this will be the last time I play the Enchanter for quite some time. Because from here on out, it's going to be Ixar Shaman only. So this week coming up, let's talk schedule for a little bit, everybody. Let me pull this window back over here on my main screen. Tonight, Dungeons and Dragons, 8 p.m. live. Twitch.tv/WeEvenVoid. We're in episode 6 tonight. Tomorrow, next episode of Monday Musings, which I will be recording later this afternoon after I take my nap. Then tomorrow, live at 11 a.m., I'll be doing Mondays in Middle-earth, but it'll be a Rings of Power discussion tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I probably won't stream since I'm streaming tomorrow afternoon. We'll see how the day goes and how our financials are. And if we hit our financial goals during the live streams, then we won't stream at night. But if we don't, then I'll probably stream at night to see if we can't hit our financials. Because we do have daily goals with Super Chat and all those other things. Tuesday morning, Vanguard multi-stream kicking off with myself, Nathan Napalm, Bounty Code, Sparrow, Breakout, and Maduros. Tuesday night, Lord of the Rings Online. Wednesday morning, World of Warcraft. Wednesday night, World of Warcraft. Thursday morning, World of Warcraft. Thursday night, World of Warcraft. Friday morning, World of Warcraft. Friday night, P99. Followed up by a Saturday 12-hour marathon session on EverQuest TLP Yelinak as we launch our Ixar characters this coming Saturday. Then Sunday will be a normal schedule, just doing a few hours in the morning. And then starting next week, I'll be back to doing Monday night EverQuest 1 sessions as well. So lots of stuff coming up this week. Don't forget, if you like the channel, subscribe as a member. It's $2.99 a month. Get into the Adventurers Guild. You can also gift memberships. There are some cool perks here. You can also join over at the Patreon page, patreon.com/Wandering Hermits, for all things Weave in the Void. Got an update to the sourcebook coming out this month for the tabletop sourcebook and the Escape from Parthana module, which is what we're playing live on Sunday nights. I just did a point-and-click adventure game update earlier today. It's sticking here in YouTube chat if you want to take a peek at that. Chapter 23 is due out on Thursday. I've also got to write for the adventure game because I got to do more descriptions for my brother's stuff. So that's probably why I won't be streaming Sunday night. Well, excuse me, Monday night, because I got to do work on Weave in the Void stuff. Dying for the Death Knight to unlock. I mean, I'll switch over. I mean, I'll start working on and right now I'm working on my mage, but I will start working on the Death Knight as soon as they become available. And that'll become the character that I then start playing, you know, as my main. I think that's it for today, folks. I got my 2 cats in the bed. Luke and Leia are both napping in the bed. I'm about to join them here in a few minutes. I'm going to go check in on Chris, make sure that she doesn't need anything. And assuming she's good, I'm putting in my earphones, my earplugs. And I'm taking a nap. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget, if you like to, when you're watching a live stream, you can always do super chats. Stickers goes towards that super chat goal over there. We do a $35 goal per stream. So thanks to those of you who have been contributing. We are a little over halfway towards our goal for the month. Well, there may be a lot of Death Knight mains, but for group content. But as far as rating goes, I've got that one covered. Perks of being the guild leader. And then we'll have Nathan filling in a paladin slot. Somebody will need to fill up a warrior slot, and we'll probably want a druid tank slot as well. But it sounds like there's going to be at least 4 to 5 Death Knight tanks for dungeon runs, which is great because we're still going to need them for dungeon runs, even if they're not all being mained on raids. Going to be plenty of room for everybody until we get to the 25-man raids, and then we'll have to be strategic about who comes on the raids. So, but for group content, it won't matter. People can have as many characters as they want. I'm having more than one character. I've got the mage, I got the Death Knight, and I've got the hunter, and I'll be playing all of those as group needs require. But raid tanking for the win. I'm gonna go take a cat nap with my